I am Jesus!
You are officially 0%.
Oh my God.
KRZLE.
Yeah. Charles.
Yeah. Pulls out a banana.
Yes, that's what I was going.
Butterfly kisses.
Oh my God.
Hey, fuck these drums.
The synopsis just isn't good. Oh my God. Okay. And on that note.
Welcome, one and all, to a brand new episode of What Was That Called Again? My name is Thomas.
I am Will.
And this is a movie podcast where I have selected 3 movies, and I'll read their IMDb plot descriptions to Will, who will then have to match the plot descriptions to their correct titles. And we're coming at you on December 31st of 2024. We're in the final stretch here.
Woo! 5 hours of this recording.
If you're listening to this, it's like mid-January, probably. But hey, we hope everybody had a happy new year.
I hope everyone's staying warm right now.
Oh, I hope you're toasty by the fireplace out
very
there.
Cold if you're listening to this when this comes out.
Yeah, so, Will, really quick, what are your overall thoughts and feelings about 2024 as we close the chapter on that one? Yep, seems to be the general consensus.
Let's see here. I had a very close family member die.
Yep.
I had to stop working with a project that I was devoted to for 2 years.
Ooh, that's true.
Let's see here.
One in which you promoted on the show, on the podcast.
Yeah.
And then we never heard anything about it again.
Well, I actually had to stop working with it before then, but then even after that, it fell apart even more. Also, I had to change jobs.
Same.
Which I do enjoy the job I'm doing now, so I can't say that's a negative. But the fact, changing jobs is never enjoyable. And then what else happened? There's something else I was going to mention. Oh, I got COVID recently. That's what it was.
We both got COVID this year.
Oh my gosh, that's right. So yeah, this year can just I'm glad it's going out. So.
Well, I am in complete agreement. I also had a job change, had COVID. I did not have a family member pass away, but
it is still only, there's still 4 hours, 3 hours left. So don't say
that is very true. Very true.
Yes, well, I hope it doesn't happen. I really sincerely hope.
Hoping for the best on that front. We can do a quick drink check, though. One last one for us for the year.
One last one for 2024.
Except, again, this is going to be, by the time anyone's listening to this, it's like January 13th, I think.
Everyone listening to this is like, move the fuck on. It's already been 2025 for a month now. Okay, for us, though, you go ahead and go first.
Yeah, keen-eared listeners may have heard I just cracked open my second cold one. I am working on a delicious Guinness beer.
Nice. To
close out my year. The old podcasting classic for me. It's not the official drink of the podcast.
No.
But it is a podcast classic.
Yes.
I am drinking straight out of the bottle on this one. I'm not pouring it into a officially branded Guinness glass, nor a...
You could.
What was that called again? Branded glass. So... that's what I got going on over here. How about yourself?
In my officially branded, what was that called again, glass tumbler, I have what appears to be official drink of the show, but it's actually
what is it?
It's deceiving. It is
okay.
It is. I don't know why I said it that way. It is a shit. What was this stuff called again?
Okay.
What was this drink again? It was Liquid Death, the sparkling water version of Liquid Death, but it's the cherry flavored version of Liquid Death.
Which I did not know this existed.
I didn't either until just last week, and it's pretty okay. And then I also put about 2 shots of vodka in it.
Might as well.
And then also, I have 2 drinks. My other drink is it's been sitting in my vacuum tumbler, my insulated tumbler, so it's still warm, but it is a nice hot Fireball whiskey and apple cider
God damn.
mixed together, and there's like 3 bottles of Fireball in it, like the tiny bottles, like the very tiny bottles, and then maybe 12 ounces of apple cider. So yeah, also good. So I'm loaded as far as my liquids go.
Hey, it's January 13th. Fucking go hard.
As they say, ring in the 13th.
Yeah, that's correct.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have 3 interesting movies that I'm excited to go over here.
Did you theme these for January 13th?
In fact, I did.
Oh, good.
And the listeners will be eager to hear that, I'm sure. If you are ready, Will, we are going to be kicking off this week.
I think I'm going to go out with a bang.
Are you saying it? Are you about to say it?
And I'm going to call hat trick.
All right.
2024, I'm going to end on a hat trick for us.
Long-time
January
listeners.
13th hat trick.
Longtime listeners would be aware that he had a hot streak going on hat trick declarations until the last one he did a few months ago. He declared a hat trick, and it did not pan out for him for the first time. And so I'm going to ask you really quick before we begin, if you fail on the hat trick this time, are you going to hang up the bold declarations, or are you going to keep going with them?
No,
on
because
rare
I can
occasion?
still get a hat trick of losses.
Oh, that's true.
so
That's true. You didn't specify if it was a correct hat trick.
Well, no. I want to get a correct hat trick, but I'm saying that, I've already gotten one of these, at least one of these that we're sure of, predictions or declarations wrong.
Yeah.
If I get another one wrong, then I want to get a third one wrong before I hang it up.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, you have plenty of opportunities for that.
I do. But I'm feeling good. I'm fired up. It's the 13th of January, as per the listening of this episode. And I want to go, I want to celebrate the 13th in style. It's been a while since I've called hat trick, so I'm calling it right now. Hat trick. Boom.
There we go. Remember that, everybody, in 25 minutes when you hear weeping, some quiet weeping into the microphone while I tell you about these movies.
Tell me about these movies.
Your first one is going to be from the year 1997.
Okay.
And your synopsis, as written on IMDb, reads as follows: a dark, futuristic tale of society's doomed near future.
Oh, wow. That's it.
That is it.
Oh, okay. Usually that's like just the opening of a sentence. Yep. So say this: the dark, cold, futuristic something.
Well, it never said cold at any point. It does, however, say a dark, futuristic tale of society's doomed near future.
A dark, futuristic tale of society's near future.
Doomed? Yeah.
Doomed near future?
Yep.
Okay. When did The Matrix come out?
99.
Okay, so this is not that.
Nope. I can tell you with confidence it is not that.
So one more time. This is a dark, futuristic tale of society's... No. It's a dark tale of society's doomed future?
Yeah, a dark, futuristic tale of society's doomed near future.
So there's futures and there's twice for unnecessary reasons. The redundancy of the futuristic future.
That's the title.
Futuristic future.
The redundancy of the futuristic future.
So it's the dark, futuristic tale of society's doomed future.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got that. That doesn't sound... I mean, it doesn't feel familiar... and it doesn't sound familiar either, but it does. I mean, it's kind of like just a sort of generic type of story. Yeah, but I mean, so right now it could be a lot of things. I don't know 97 though. I don't think I know any movies from 97.
Oh,
I'm trying to think. Like, was Titanic 97 or was that 98?
Yeah, 97.
It was 90, but it was late 97, so it was almost 98. It was actually like right around this time of the recording. Earlier 97 films, I don't know. So this, because what I'm saying is that this is not Titanic. I'm confident in that.
Possibly not.
That would be fun though if Titanic really truly was just the story of the doomed future of society through the lens of a historic boat crash.
We could probably find a video analysis on YouTube of that.
Sure. Yeah, that exists already. It's like a 4-part thing. They're all 3 hours long. Okay, next film, please.
Sure thing. The next film comes from the year 2011. And your synopsis reads as follows. Father William Smortzer drops his Bible into a toilet at a rest stop just before embarking on a day-long canoe trip, breaking loose all glorious hell.
Whoa. Okay, there's a lot to untie here. So, Doctor Who? Sorry, Father Who? William Smortzer?
This doctor drops his Bible into Father William Smortzer. Smortser. Smortzer. Drops his Bible into a toilet at a rest stop just before embarking on a day-long canoe trip, breaking loose all glorious hell.
So drops his Bible in the toilet at a rest stop before embarking on a canoe trip that does what now? Unleashes hell?
Breaking loose all glorious hell.
Oh, breaking loose all glorious hell. So, okay. Did he intentionally mean to drop his Bible in the toilet? Like, was he disposing? Was he discarding his religion in a way? Or did he accidentally drop his Bible in the toilet? Did he know he dropped it in the toilet? Did it like slip out of his pocket?
Who knows?
Then it was like a little pocket Bible, and then he flushed it and it went down. And then did this glorious hell that was released or unleashed, was this because he disposed of or accidentally dropped his Bible, or did this just happen? It was just coincidence, and then he didn't have his Bible to do anything to protect himself. That's what I'm asking. I'm curious.
I unfortunately don't have any answers for you right now.
And then, why just before canoe trip? If it was intentional, like if Dr. William, or no, Doctor, I keep saying Doctor Reverend Father, Dr. Reverend Father William Smortzer, was intentionally trying to dispose or shed his religion, why did he decide to do it just before a canoe trip?
Maybe there's some like really hot babes,
or maybe he's just thinking like, you know what, I'm gonna laugh in the face of God and all things holy by getting into a synthetic vessel and floating on water myself. Suck it, Jesus.
That's right.
And then he just was like, you know what? A whole life of reading this book and the fact that people can just get in boats and float, I'm done.
Yeah.
So he flushed it, and then glorious hell was unleashed, and he's like, oh shit, I wish I had that Bible now.
Or maybe it's glorious, and he realizes that he wasted all those years with the Bible.
So maybe by calling it glorious hell, maybe he's like kind of in favor of it. I see.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
He's like, I've been living like a goddamn prude for the last 30 years.
This is glorious. I get and in a canoe of all places.
Yeah, where all epiphanies are made.
Right. The best sinning happens in a one-man boat.
That is a common saying.
That's a bumper sticker I have, actually. Okay, that doesn't sound or feel, or there's nothing familiar with that at all. 2011, I don't think I know many movies that came out in 2011 off the top of my head.
Pretty sure none of them, other than this one.
This is it. This is the one movie that this is actually won Best Oscar because it was the only film that came out in 2011.
That's right.
I don't know what this could be. It sounds indie. I'll say that it has it has that premise of it being sort of an indie film, as far as, there's the connotations of religion being played with, and then also probably maybe horror of some kind, and maybe also like for some reason it reminds me, and just because you said Rest Stop, I guess, but what was the film that came out from Shudder a couple years ago that takes place in a rest stop bathroom? Was that called Glorious?
Glorious. I don't remember that.
Where it's like an H.P. Lovecraft type tale, and all takes place in this rest stop bathroom. Anyway, it reminds me of that. And I'm sure that it's unrelated completely, other than the fact that it's in a rest stop bathroom. But for some reason, that made me think of. And again, this film I'm describing now did not come out in 2011. I'm just saying that it feels like the same sort of vibe. But only because they share possibly the same plot location of rest stop bathroom. That's really it. But this does feel, like I said, this does feel indie. This does feel a little bit higher concept, maybe possibly horror with the Glorious Hell. I'm curious what's going to happen that fits that description. But other than that, it doesn't sound familiar at all, or even ring any kind of bells. 2011. I have no idea. Next film.
Yep, your last one is going to be from 2015.
Okay.
And the synopsis reads as follows. A black as tar comedy charting the dissolution of a commune for sober living in 90s suburban New Jersey.
Okay. 2015.
Yeah.
A black as tar comedy about the dissolution of a commune?
Yeah, a dissolution with a
dissolution.
T.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of a commune for what now?
Yeah. For sober living in 90s suburban New Jersey.
For sober living in 90s suburban New Jersey. 2015? No, this is. I don't know what this is at all. Like if the other two I didn't feel or know anything about, this feels even less. Like I have nothing to go off of on this movie. A black as tar comedy. That's a really interesting description. Yeah, I don't know anything about this. About a commune.
Whenever I typed this, or whenever I saw this synopsis as it was written on IMDb, whenever I was picking these movies,
yeah,
I imagined your eye roll at a black as tar comedy being the way to kick off the synopsis.
So it's about the dissolution. So are they saying that like the commune's being dissolved? Is that what they're trying to say?
That's what I assumed.
So
I also can say that I have not seen any of these three movies, by the way.
So the commune, I'm off of context clues. I'm trying to figure out this word, this dissolution, dissolution.
Dissolution. DISSOLUTION.
It's being dissolved. Dissolution. Right? Yeah. So, okay. So this commune is being dissolved, basically, for sober living. Right?
The dissolution of a commune for sober living.
For sober living.
In 90s suburban New Jersey.
So in the commune, they were just drinking and doing drugs, possibly? And then they were like, we got to stop this, and we got to have a sober life now. And
I don't think so. I think my interpretation, at least, again, I have not seen this. You could be right, but my interpretation is that they are they were addicted to drugs and or alcohol, and they're in this commune in order to become sober.
Oh, you know what I mean? Okay. Yeah. The commune is for sober living.
Yes. That's
okay. And
the
they're
dissolution
dissolving
of a commune for sober living in 90s New Jersey.
I thought we were dissolving the commune for sober living, but it's a commune for sober living that is being dissolved.
It's like a bunch of people like fucking just hanging out, slamming booze and
fuck it. We're a commune in suburban 90s Jersey. Yeah. Hey, maybe we should sober up. Well, maybe. Yeah. No.
It's gonna break this whole thing apart.
It's definitely what you've said. It is a commune for sober living to get clean of of humanity and society's toxins. That is being dissolved in 90s suburban New Jersey. And it's a black as-tar comedy about that story. Okay, I think I've got it now. I've got it. Okay. Whew. Let me try to recap all these before we even attempt to move on to titles.
Yeah.
The first film from 1997, which was not Titanic, but possibly came out on a 2 VHS set, possibly.
That is possible.
But this movie was about the dark futuristic. It's a dark futuristic story about the gloomy society and its future black horribleness. There's a lot of sad and dark future going on here. Futuristic.
You definitely have the gist of it. Okay. Yeah, just not the proper wording in the right order.
The dark futuristic story. I got that part right.
Yeah, tale of society's doomed future.
Yes. Okay. And that's all it was. It was just dark.
Correct.
It was dark and futuristic.
That is correct.
Okay.
So this could just, well, I spoil it for you right now, but this just could be Blade Runner.
Yeah, the 1997 director's theatrical editor's cut that was re-released for Laserdisc.
The 6th version of Blade Runner.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Which did that come out in the mid-90s, actually? The re-releases? I think it might have, actually.
I'm sure one of them probably did.
Anyway, okay, the second film was 2011.
Yeah.
And this one, what was the action verb for this? The action...
Drops.
Oh, fuck. Someone drops a sick beat in...
Remember Dr. Father...
Oh, that's right.
Reverend...
Yeah. Okay, so Father William Schmeeky...
spell that, please.
SMOO... Key. Drops his Bible in the toilet of a rest stop while on his way to a canoe trip that breaks out in glorious hell.
Pretty much, yeah. Drops his Bible into a toilet at a rest stop just before embarking on a day-long canoe trip, breaking loose all glorious hell.
Breaking loose. So that's where it's either the canoe trip that breaks loose the glorious hell, or it's the dropping
of the Bible.
Yeah, one of the two things is what causes the...
Write in, listeners. Send us an email to www.tcapod@protonmail.com. Let us know. Right now, pause the show and tell us if you think it is the canoe trip or the dropping of the Bible into a toilet that breaks loose all, quote, glorious hell, end quote.
So breaks loose. It was so glorious hell was pent up somewhere.
Welcome back, listeners. I can't wait to read your email.
Thank you for placing your bets. Okay, the last film was from 2017.
I think this is the first time you've gotten the year wrong on the recap. 15.
I'm a little drunk.
Yeah.
It is January 13th. So 2015. And this one was about a black as tar comedy.
Yeah.
About the dissolution of a commune for sobriety, for sober living.
Yeah. Yep.
Based in 90s suburban New Jersey.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if titles are going to help me at all. I do have an inkling that titles are going to piss me off on this episode. But I'm still aiming for that hat trick. So here we go. Title me, please.
It sounds, if you hear that, ladies and gentlemen, it sounds like Will's, he's not very confident on this one. His confidence has diminished slightly from the beginning of the episode.
The fact that I spent 5 minutes on trying to define dissolution, was enough to be.
I looked it up on the dictionary app.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know these titles, but I'm going to try anyway. So here we go. Hat trick me.
Your first title is going to be Stinking Heaven.
Sorry. Stinking Heaven.
Yep.
Stinking Heaven.
That's right.
I mean, I feel like this is a double blind, double bluff situation where you've picked this because another one of the movies is about a preacher and a Bible.
And toilets stink, right?
Oh, yeah. So do canoes sometimes. But I actually feel like this might be the Jersey movie.
Jersey, huh?
Yeah. But I'm not going to place this one anywhere. Stinking Heaven.
Like everybody's just like addicts and they probably have bad hygiene.
No, I think it's something along the lines of like this suburban environment in 90s New Jersey is a sort of heaven under disguise that they realize that they're already in, even though it might not be the most picturesque heaven. That's where I'm leaning towards right now. Mostly because I don't. It's a title that I'm not getting much from it, and I don't know if 97 would have a title like that. At least not attached to a movie that sounds heavier than what that title elicits. Again, the Black as Tar comedy kind of makes me think Stinking Heaven fits that title. Okay. But again, I'm not going to place it anywhere yet. So next title, please.
Your second title to go off of is going to be The Good Book.
The Good Book. So again, there's a movie about the Good Book. The Good Book. And this title is The Good Book. I'm still not getting anything for the 97 dark futuristic tale about the doomed society's future or whatever. That synopsis just doesn't give me enough to go off of yet. And The Good Book, again, doesn't feel like that fits there either. So I feel like that's going to be the movie that really causes me issues here. Okay, third title, please.
All right. And to round it out, your final title is going to be The CATECHISM.
Jesus. The CATACLYSM. What?
The CATECHISM.
The CATECHISM. Fuck off. Oh my God. Whenever your audience can't even say the title.
I couldn't wait to say this. Yeah.
The cataclysm?
The CATECHISM.
God, fuck off. Okay, the cataclysm. The cataclysm. I have had way too much alcohol for this title to exist. Say this one again.
Yeah. The CATECHISM. CATACLYSM.
The cataclysm. Say that 3 times fast.
I think that's the first time you've said it right.
I think so. The cataclysm. Nope.
No.
Reverse it. There we go. No. Say that first one again.
The catechism.
Catechism. The catechism part. I'm fucking up. The catechism.
Right.
Cataclysm.
Yeah.
Glism.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to mess that up repeatedly. Okay. I have Stinking Heaven.
Yes.
The Good Book.
Yep.
And the Cataclysm.
That's right.
Yes, I got it right. Okay, the Cataclysm.
No.
You
had it right.
I know I did.
You said cataclysm.
I know I did. I was hoping you didn't notice. What was it again? It's that first cata word.
Yeah. The catechism. Cataclysm.
Fuck. Cataclysm. The cataclysm. Again, if you're a producer, a marketing exec, and you think that's a good title, Okay.
What? No. Finish that thought. If you think that, and you think that's a good title.
I was going to say Cataclysm yourself. Okay. I feel like the Catechism,
Yeah.
because of how difficult it is to say and how stupid it sounds, might just be the 2015 Black as Tar comedy.
Okay.
Again, why? Other than it just being a bad title and a silly title and a silly sounding, hard to say title, I don't really know what else to go off of. I mean, Stinking Heaven was already kind of being placed with the black comedy because it also sounds silly. You know, there's kind of like a ha, I get it sort of element to it. Yeah. But the Cataclysm, God, it's really difficult to say. I really have to I have to fire all synapses just to get that one out. I just feel like that has to be done to make this movie seem like almost. I guess my reasoning here is I feel like maybe the movie wasn't coming across as a comedy. Even the synopsis says Black as Tar comedy, which means it's really, really, really black.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very difficult to find a comedic element for most audiences here. So I feel like maybe that's why this title was given to the movie, was to kind of
remind you that it's silly.
Well, not even to necessarily remind you, but just to give you a connotation that there's something aloof here. There's some silliness here that isn't maybe as obvious in the film. The catechism, nope. Cataclysm, nope. Catechism, the
catechism, cataclysm.
Catechism. Man, why is that so hard for me? The catechism, cataclysm. Okay. But I don't know if that really fits the rest of the synopsis. I don't know if that fits it being about a commune for sober living that is... we don't know why it's being dissolved. It sounds like it's intentional. That it's not like a random event that takes place, or
it's a catechism, one might say.
Well, but yeah, so that's what catechism at least tells me, is that it's something that was unplanned, right? That it was almost like chaos. It was almost unexpected. Whereas the synopsis makes it sound like as though the commune being dissolved is expected or is planned. But maybe it's the fallout of this commune being dissolved, this commune for sober living. Maybe these people don't reach sobriety, or maybe they're not ready to go back into normal society after living in this commune. And it's the fallout of the dissolving that is the cataclysmic cataclysm. Maybe. Okay. But then where does the good book really just go with the fucking Reverend Father Dr. William Smoocher?
The third.
Yeah.
Esquire.
Yeah. Junior. And his dropped rest area toilet bath Bible.
That's the tagline.
Yeah. And the breaking loose of glorious hell. Is that really? That can't be just a good book, can it? And then we have Stinking Heaven.
Mm-hmm.
All three of these feel like they go with the 2015 film. I don't know what goes with the 1997 film. About the
fake out, everybody. This is the first time that I made up one of the titles, and the one that goes with 97 actually isn't any of these three.
These are all just alternate titles for the 2015 film, depending on market.
Your actual third title is Black Future.
Black Futuristic Future. Oh, I know where that goes. Okay. Yeah, because the first movie is just about the futuristic tale of a doomed future.
Yeah.
So then maybe you would call something like the dark, futuristic tale of doomed society, the good book, just for shits and giggles. But then in Stinking Heaven, I mean, maybe because it's in the toilet, the Bible's and then the Bible's now Stinking Heaven. Like maybe because he tarnished the holy pages by putting it in this dirty
he just
toilet.
took a shat right in there and then dropped the Bible on top of it.
Like it's one of those rest stop bathrooms that doesn't flush anymore because it's neglected for so long, so it just backed up. And I mean, and that could be it. Is that maybe he doesn't intentionally drop the Bible in there, but it slips and it falls into this toilet that won't flush,
or like. He maybe he's like reading a passage while he's taking a dump,
as you do,
and then and then he like finishes and he gets up and he turns to flush, but as he like reaches for the flush,
because you reach for the same hand that the Bible's in,
he bumps the Bible against like the tank and it like just drops right into the toilet.
I was thinking that maybe like he didn't have any TP, so he had to like use the pages.
Ooh, that is blasphemy.
It is
big time.
But I would feel like
would a man of the cloth do such a thing?
Well, it depends.
He'd much rather use his own socks than the pages of the holy book.
I feel like, or even just his hand.
So it'll wash. You can wash it.
I feel like my prediction is that the drop is unintended. It's
same.
It's an accident.
Yeah.
And that the toilet is in such a shape that he doesn't want to reach in and get it.
Does he spy any maybe satanic graffiti on the in the stall?
For a
like
good time, call Satan.
Yeah.
666. Or how about this? I'm rethinking this. So what if the drop of the Bible is unintentional? He drops it in, it's this disgusting toilet, but he does pick it up. He does retrieve it. Because it doesn't say that he leaves it there.
Right? Correct.
Or does it? Does he say
it? Does not. No.
He just drops it.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So he could pick it back up. And it could just be that this Bible is now tarnished with the excrement of many a trucker. And maybe one of those truckers was like possessed, or or just a real sinner,
I'm going to deliver this a little bit late.
So
it's Satan's deed.
So now that this Bible is,
I was going to say maybe he drops it in the toilet and he retrieves it, but whenever he opens it, all the text has like dissolved away, or like smeared off.
And it's all
so
like
what
satanic.
What good is a holy Bible with text that's illegible?
That's right.
Right.
Well, I mean, that is the whole plot of the
Book of Eli.
Yeah, Book of Eli.
But it is legible
to
Braille.
Certain people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But a Bible with smeared ink is not legible to anyone.
Unless you memorized it.
But it's still not legible. Memorizing it isn't making it legible.
True.
So,
but is that what breaks loose glorious hell?
He's like trying to deliver a sermon on this canoe, and he opens the book and he can't.
Okay, wait, stop. Before we get too much into this,
I know.
I'm going to focus on the titles here. Okay.
We're both feeling pretty tipsy, ladies and gentlemen.
January 13th. Okay.
Woo!
So I don't know if I would call that Stinking Heaven, though, still. Because that would leave the good book for the 97 dark, futuristic tale of society's doomed future.
Yeah.
Stinking Heaven.
You smell that?
And I still want to put Stinking Heaven with
the tagline.
New Jersey. You smell that? I still want to put Stinking Heaven with New Jersey. I just feel like no disrespect to New Jersey. But
yeah, there is an odor. You can tell whenever you cross that state line.
I really think that's an accurate description of someone who's from Jersey and has maybe pride in their own state might still call Jersey Stinking Heaven. That might still fit. So I really feel like that one fits there a lot. All of this chaos that happens in the 2011 story about Father Reverend Dr. William
Esquire the Third,
Sphincter Esquire the Third Jr. That could all be, like the dropping of the Bible was unintended. Yeah. The mess that it landed in was definitely not. And the cleanup was definitely not in the plans for the day. And then maybe this canoe trip is a little bit chaotic at times because maybe the water's rougher or something happens, and then the breaking loose of glorious hell. Maybe all of that, especially the breaking loose of glorious hell.
Yeah, maybe
that is a catechism.
Pretty much.
Okay, thank you. And then that would leave The Good Book as the 1997, because it's a tale.
Yeah.
So maybe this is coming from a book, but why would you call it a good book if it's about the doomed? Oh, that's what I'm. See, this maybe I'm struggling with a lot. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and lock it in though. And I'm not confident on my hat trick. I hope I do get it, but I'm not confident on it. But if I don't get it, I think I know which one to switch.
Okay.
But for right now, the 1997 film about the dark, futuristic tale of society's doomed future is called The Good Book.
Okay.
The 2011 movie of Reverend William Schmucky, who drops his Bible in the toilet of a rest area while going on a canoe trip, which breaks loose glorious hell. I'm going to call that the cataclysm. Catechismic. Cataclysm.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
All those.
Something like that. One of those was maybe half right.
Yeah.
And that leaves the 2015 film of the Black as Tar comedy about the dissolution of a commune for sober living in 90s suburban New Jersey as Stinking Heaven. Final answer.
All right.
And I feel like I got one of these right.
Despite being January 13th, your last run of 2024 right here. Everything on the line.
Everything.
You got your hat trick, buddy.
No way!
All three right.
No way! Yeah!
Yes!
Yeah! I did
so
it!
Fucking stupid.
I did it!
Absolutely insane that you got
awesome. That. That's awesome. Because I really didn't want to switch any of those.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so I did say that if I got one right, I think I knew what ones to switch. And I was going to switch the Cataclysm to the 97 film, and then The Good Book back to that. But
and that's what I thought you were gonna do. Actually, I thought you were gonna guess those in that order.
Yeah, well, and again, it's because I really felt like that was a double bluff of yours, where you picked one about The Good Book and had a Bible in another movie's synopsis. Okay, so tell me about all of these, please.
Fuck absolutely.
Yeah.
So, The Good Book from 1997 is from director Matthew. Sorry if you're listening, Matthew, for my mispronunciation of your last name. I'm sure I'm about to do.
Cataclysm.
Matthew Giguinto.
Okay.
Giguinto.
Gigg?
Giguinto?
Sure. Yeah.
Well, he directed it. It's co-written by him and Barry Gerdson.
Okay.
The director, Matthew, while making this movie,
Matty G, as we call him,
was a staff documentary producer for AMC. With an office in central Long Island on Friday nights, he would wait until the office had emptied out. He would then back up his truck and load it up with equipment.
Nice.
As much equipment as possible. He would then drive several hours to North New Jersey, film all weekend, and on Monday morning, he would return all of the equipment before anyone else had noticed.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah, it was filmed that way over the course of 8 months.
Wow.
On
Weekends
the weekends,
only, huh?
he would take the equipment from AMC, shoot, bring it back before anyone knew that the equipment was gone.
The real interesting thing here is realizing that AMC had a documentary department.
Not only that, he was the first ever Emmy nomination for AMC as a network. He was nominated for an Emmy for a show called AMC's Hollywood Moments.
Was that nomination before or after The Good Book came out?
Before or after? I believe it was shortly after.
Okay,
shortly after it came out.
I wonder if that helped ease, the work ethic violation that he did over the course of 8 months. But hey, I got you an Emmy.
Yeah, the show was also hosted by Nick Clooney, father of George Clooney.
Oh wow!
Yep, there you go. So that's The Good Book from Matthew...
Matty G.
Matty G. Shout out to you, Matty G. He's still doing work. His latest credit, I believe, whenever I looked, was from 2023. Moving on, The CATECHISM, CATACLYSM from 2011, written and directed by Todd Rohal. This film is currently, at the time of recording, streaming on Plex, AMC Plus, and IFC Unlimited. Todd Rohal, our writer-director, also did a segment in ABCs of Death 2, and he directed the film Uncle Kent 2, which was a sequel to the Joe Swanberg film Uncle Kent. He also did a 2012 film right after this called Nature Calls, starring Patton Oswalt, Johnny Knoxville, and Rob Riggle.
I think I know this movie.
The tagline to the CATECHISM, CATACLYSM is "God will fuck you up."
Oh, wow. Right on the poster. Right on the poster.
Yep.
God will fuck you up. So it sounds like this is a story of, at least based on that tagline, of maybe God being angry at Father William whatever dropping the Good Book into,
or alternatively, is it God fucked him, like being this priest for all these years fucked him up.
Oh,
and like now that he's free of that, he is able to like actually be like his own person.
He can finally canoe.
Yeah, he can finally get into that canoe.
I've always wanted to get in a canoe. And God be damned, I'm going
and
to.
Like his like lusty thoughts are getting the better of him now.
Yeah, all those canoe thoughts.
Everybody knows about those canoe thoughts. Last but not least, in 2015, we had Stinking Heaven.
Now, is that not the perfect title for New Jersey? Is that?
Yeah, I think so. This is from director Nathan Silver. Story by Nathan Silver and Jack Dunphy. Additional writing by Derg Campbell, Hannah Gross, and Keith Poulsen.
Okay.
This movie is currently free with ads on Fandor or free on Canopy. If you have a local library card, you can get Canopy and stream movies for free. Everybody should do that. Support your local libraries.
You should.
There is a Nathan Silver 3-film set you can get on Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome. This is one of the 3 movies featured on the set. So there was not much information about this movie itself, but the only other thing I notated is that this movie is edited by a Steven Gurewitz, who has done some editing work for some special features on the Criterion editions of 1984 and Martin Scorsese's After Hours. But this man, Steven Gurewitz, editor, is a WWTCA alum, as he appeared on screen briefly as a realtor in 2021's The Scary of 61st.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought that was a fun little I did not pick this movie knowing that at all. I just randomly discovered that. So there was really not a whole lot of information on either of these three movies to go off of, so I did a little bit of digging on some of the crew. So you don't really have too much to go off of as far as rankings, but how are you feeling?
I mean, I'm still on cloud 21 after that hat trick.
As you should be.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know where these rank. I mean, they all seem kind of like hidden gems, possibly. Gems being used loosely here. I don't feel like any of these movies are bad, at least not from what the little bit of information that you've told me. Maybe unknown. They're maybe good in their own way, unique. But let's see. I'm going to have to say that. See, the title's sort of playing to this because, it's like The Good Book. That's an easily searchable title, just at a pure curiosity. Someone just trying to find movies that are related to the Bible or something along those lines might just search The Good Book, and then this one comes up, and they, because of the vague description, they end up watching it, and it's not what they wanted to watch, and then and then they rate it poorly. Whereas I don't know too many people who are typing in, at least without intent, typing in the cataclysmic cataclysm.
Still not quite.
Nope.
But we know what you mean.
Yeah. The CC, the God Will Fuck You Up movie. There we go.
That's right.
But it sounds interesting. It sounds fun. Just based off the tagline. I don't know if that makes it good or not, but like I said, it sounds interesting. And, I mean, it almost sounds like it might deliver. No matter like what the quality is, it sounds like it might deliver as just a good time. And then Stinking Heaven, I don't know. The synopsis, it sounds like a decent movie, but it doesn't sound like a movie that's very, at least again, not just off the synopsis, it doesn't sound very like intriguing. I'm not really pulled in to that description of this movie. Mm-hmm. But it is a black comedy, a dark comedy, so maybe it has that going for it, but again, it still doesn't. So
Black as tar, one might say.
Black as tar. So I think what I'm going to rank and say it to me one more time so I get it correctly. The what?
CATECHISM? CATACLYSM.
Okay. I'm going to rank the CATECHISM, CATACLYSM.
Right.
As number 1.
Okay.
I'm going to put The Good Book as number 2, and I'm going to put Stinking Heaven as number 3, and my range is going to be fairly tight. I'm going to say that these are no higher than mid to low 5, and then no lower than a high 4.
Mm.
And that could even be almost a whole point. Actually, as I say that could even be a whole point off, a whole point under. These could be like high 5 to low 5. But that's kind of my range. I feel like these are all sort of average, only because I feel like the people who like them, and the people who thought they were going to be something else didn't like them, and that's going to average out to like a 5-ish movie.
Yeah.
That'll be a T-Bone and Weasel average is what it's going to be.
That's right. That's right. It's going to be recurring from here on out.
That's the average film, 5.1. Okay, let me know.
All right, your lowest rated, based on 759 ratings, and a 5.6 out of 10.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I was off.
The Catechism, CATECHYSM.
Because that fucking title.
2011.
Yeah, okay.
Next up, based on 371 ratings,
Fewer.
with a 5.8 out of 10,
Very close.
is Stinking Heaven 2015.
Interesting. Okay.
Meaning that your highest rated is The Good Book from 1997 with a 6.2 out of 10 based on 61 ratings.
61. Wow.
61.
That might be our least amount of
I thought about
maybe.
that. It's
pretty
definitely
close.
Yeah, it's definitely close. So yeah, I do have a few tag me.
Tag me. Tag me.
This is where I go to the plot description, or plot details, rather, section on the IMDb pages for these films. And so The Good Book actually does not have anything on this section,
tags.
so we'll skip that one.
That's why so few people have rated it. There's no tags.
Yeah, there's no way to find this.
So listeners, go out there and watch The Good Book if you can.
Add tags.
And add tags. Or how about this? Just add tags. Don't even watch it. Don't even
who
watch it.
cares? Just put in something. Put in
Good Book.
Yeah,
dark,
book definitely is a good
futuristic.
Good bet.
Those are 5 tags right there alone.
right off the top of the dome, as one might say. So going ahead on over to the Catechism, CATECHYSM, there are some tags on there, and they are going to be some
hard to say title
as follows: road comedy.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, because I guess there is like a trip to there's a rest area, so yeah, road. Okay.
Blasphemy.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Man sits on toilet.
No, I hope that's either how the movie opens or like the midpoint climax.
Mix up.
Oh, mix up. Wait. Mix up. So maybe like what do you what do you think that means? Do you think that like
he gets in the wrong canoe?
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I was thinking like what if like
he was supposed to be going like upstream, and he ends up going downstream.
This doesn't seem right. This is really easy to do. I don't have to paddle at all. No, I was thinking like what if like in like the rest area bathroom alongside Father William Smitey, there's like a satanic cult member, and they're both taking a dump at the same time, and the Bible gets dropped in the toilet. He has to fish it out, and he has to go clean it off. And the other guy comes out and lays down his like Book of Satan or whatever, and they swap it. So there is like a little sermon.
The Satanic Book of Satan.
Yeah.
And the other guy ends up with your Holy Bible.
Maybe that's what it is. Okay, so
like, or I was gonna say like maybe he drops his book in the other guy's toilet.
Ow! Ow!
And then the other guy drops his book in his toilet.
Sorry, I dropped my Bible in your toilet. You mind?
Well, that's funny you mentioned.
I dropped my my ritualistic passage diary in your toilet.
Yeah, it's possible.
Okay.
To continue on with the Catechism, CATECHYSM, we have supernatural horror.
Awesome. Okay.
We have resurrection.
Ooh.
YouTube.
Oh, that's weird.
Heavy metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that entice you any more than previously?
Like I said, I was already. I'm kind of surprised, like I said, that this one has the lowest IMDb rating. I guess it's because people just didn't like. More people didn't like it than did, clearly. But from the synopsis and now all these tags, I'm the most intrigued by this movie. This sounds like it's going to be the most fun.
5.6 is still not really that bad.
No, yeah, correct. I mean, that's just between the 3 of these films. Yeah. But I mean, it really sounds like it might be a good time, just a fun time.
Yeah, we're going to round things out with Stinking Heaven 2015. We have a classic for, what was that called again? We have Female Rear Nudity.
There we go. Okay.
We have Skinny Dipping.
Oh, okay.
We have Filming.
All right.
And we have Title at the End.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yep, rare occurrence for feature films. There we go.
All right.
That was Tag Me,
everybody.
everybody.
Do we have any quotes?
Oh yeah, I do actually. Funny. I'm glad you asked because I probably would have forgotten. Quote. This is where I go to the quote section and I pull a quote from the IMDb page from one of these movies. I deliver the quote in a character of Will's choosing.
Oh, that's right.
And then Will tries to guess which film the quote comes from. This is one line delivered by one character.
Okay, one line delivered by one character. I'm going to try to pick a character from one of these three films. I don't know too many characters that are in The Good Book. I didn't really get much from that.
So this is just a really fast sidebar. Will was not paying attention because he was talking and thinking.
Clearly.
But I just picked up my bottle of Guinness and I went to take a drink, but I had the cap on it.
Okay, we're at that level of the drinking.
I was like, what the fuck? Okay, go ahead.
That was something that no one needed to know. You did.
Yep, I volunteered that information.
Literally, there were no witnesses, including me, to that.
That is correct.
Own it. I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
I thought it was a nice anecdote.
Yeah, I was looking off screen whenever I was trying to think about what character to give you. So I don't know any characters from the Good Book, so I can't really try to get something from that. So if it's a quote from the Good Book, that'll be tough.
Yeah.
And then we don't really know any characters from Stinking Heaven. We could probably pick a few, maybe. But I think the obvious and the most easy question is, or a character, is I think I want you to play a and I'm assuming here because I don't know the movie, but I want you to play a priest who is fed up with the hypocrisy of religion. Okay. So whatever it is you're about to say, you're delivering it because you're just fed up with the hypocrisy of religion, the lies, the whatever it is that have caused you to feel lied to, angered, but not necessarily mad. You're just done with it. Okay.
Yeah. All right. And so, as written from the quote section, your quote is as follows. Poems are just stories without endings.
Oh. Poems are just stories without endings. That was a good delivery, too. I like that. Bravo.
I'm glad you thought so.
Yeah, I felt
immediately upon finishing delivering that, I did not feel like I liked it very much.
That's okay. That's why you have a director. And it wasn't great. I'll give you that, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Okay, poems are just stories without endings. Gosh, that feels way too heavy for like anyone's benefit. Poems are just stories without endings. I was immediately drawn to The Good Book, and this dark futuristic tale of society's doomed future. Because that feels like that line fits just that synopsis, being way too heavy and poems are just stories without endings. I don't know if a preacher would say that, but we also don't know who else is in the movie. And then it also sounds kind of artsy in a sense too, so it could also be Stinking Heaven. Say it one more time in your normal voice.
Yep. Poems are just stories without endings.
Gosh, I feel like that's like the closing line of a movie. And then you see the title at the end. So I'm going to say this is Stinking Heaven.
Okay. And you are not correct. You should have stuck to your guns. This is the CATECHISM. This is delivered by actor Steve Little as Father William Smortzer.
He does say it. I was saying that. I was saying I couldn't see a preacher saying that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I picked the preacher for you to go off, but it was mostly just to eliminate that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Okay, so that's a heavier line than what I imagine would be in this road comedy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still really intrigued by the CATECHISM.
Okay.
I think I said that right.
Yeah.
Just as a whole movie. Should we do a prediction? Because I feel like one of us or both of us are going to watch this movie. But should we predict what it is that is described in the synopsis as glorious hell?
Perhaps
Because you kind of,
I don't know. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, because you kind of had the idea earlier that like it was something that the preacher or the father or the priest character found almost amazing. In the sense that it's glorious. So he was like, "Holy, this is crazy. This is whatever." And then I think one of the tags was one of the tags sci-fi horror or something.
Supernatural
horror.
Yeah.
But so that's a possibility. But what were you going to say? What was your idea?
Well, I was just going to say that my realistic thought about it is that it's just not something that's going to be all that interesting, in all honesty. Like, All Glorious Hell is just like, for him as a pastor or whatever he is, his character is supposed to be, what he ends up doing on this canoe trip post Bible drop in the toilet is just so outside of the norm of what he would do, to the point that it just seems like he has broken loose. All glorious hell, like he's like kind of living loose a little bit for like the first time.
I see what you're saying.
So it's not necessarily that like any particular event is like, maybe that is more like my personal thought, as opposed to like realistically what's in the movie. Like, what if he actually is he to him he's like going fucking buck wild, but
really he's not, just like he's like standing up in his canoe with his shirt off, just like swinging.
He kind of like he hesitantly takes his shirt off,
Father William,
and that's
shield your eyes.
Yes.
So I see what you're saying.
On,
so like, because this whole time I was picturing like bubbling clouds and like this fucking supernatural thing in the sky with like volcanoes and lightning and you're just saying him breaking loose with glorious hell is just him going like
it's
wild.
Relative. Yeah,
I see.
It's relative to him.
That's interesting. I like that though. That's interesting.
He like puts a dip in. He's like trying tobacco for the first time or something. He's like, oh, forgive me, Father. And then he puts it
Okay. So how about this?
He's still hesitant to try weed, so he like has his friend shotgun it to him.
Oh, nice. Okay, so let's play with this idea. Prediction or not, this is just in our version of this movie. What would be our version of breaking loose glorious hell? And we're going to go with the concept that it's Father William who is changing his life personality or lifestyle on this canoe trip. So you mentioned trying drugs potentially or addictive substances.
Yeah.
I mentioned like standing up in the canoe and like taking his shirt off and like
Yeah.
So what else? What else is it that this I don't want to say converted, but like
loosening up.
Yeah. Preacher guy. What is he going to do that would qualify the breaking loose of glorious hell?
He
while also thinking about keeping the supernatural horror element in there.
Oh yeah, that's where I was about to go.
Okay.
So he ends up either intentionally as like, I'm gonna try this thing, maybe with some convincing, or as a prank. One of the two options.
Okay.
He ends up consuming mushrooms.
Oh gosh. Okay. Pause for a second. So, I'm assuming that he's not on this trip alone.
Yeah.
So who is he with?
Yeah. Just a couple of friends.
Okay. Are
A
they
couple
friends?
old friends. Couple of old friends
From the church, or are they just outside of church friends?
No, they're just his friends from like childhood, perhaps.
So are these friends people who would be into debauchery already? And they're
yes, more so than him, definitely. But like they're not like
they're
quote
used to
unquote
him
troublemakers.
They're used to him being like the square of the friend group, while they're off smoking some weed and drinking some beers.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he decides to break loose
with this soiling of the Bible, and he decides like, okay, like for this weekend, I'm gonna kind of try to live loose a little bit.
Yeah.
See how things go.
I've already sinned once.
And I'm kind of leaning more toward with convincing he takes them, as opposed to them like adding them unsuspectingly to like his sandwich.
Yeah.
So he's with convincing. They're kind of noticing that he's getting a little wild, like more so than normal, perhaps.
Yeah.
He's got his shirt off. He's got pasties on.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't. Wait. Who packed the pasties? Where did they come from?
Whenever he takes his shirt off, they're already
there.
No questions asked.
No, not at all.
One of his buddies is about to like consume a shroom, and then they ask him like, "Hey, man, you're kind of being a little more wild than normal. Do you want to try one of these?" And he's like, he kind of looks at it, and there's like a beat, and he goes, No, I shouldn't. And they go, come on, you should.
And then
and he's like,
the left tassel on the pasty kind of wiggles a little bit.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. And they go, come on, like, so this is like all natural. These mushrooms,
they come from nature.
Yes, these are. You're a man of God. These are God made.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of what he's like, well, I'll try one. And he tries it. And that is where it goes into supernatural. Horror.
Okay.
All hell breaks loose.
So he's seeing stuff, or stuff's actually happening?
He's kind of, it's a little bit later, and he's kind of going along in the canoe, and he's like, if they go like, how you feeling? And he's like, I don't feel anything. Like, I feel completely fine. Is like, what's supposed to happen? And then that's when we start to get like, maybe along the shore of the stream, he starts to see something.
Oh.
There's a goddamn demon over there.
God.
And he starts to freak out, and his like canoe tips over.
Yeah.
And now he's underwater.
Is it day or night?
It is day.
Okay.
It's still day. And this like fish swims up to him, and he freaks out, and he like grabs the fish and like fucking just rips it apart with his hands.
God. Oh, damn. So do his friends witness this, or they're like, holy shit, Will?
Yeah. He has your name.
I know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, they notice whenever his canoe tips over, and so they kind of like really quickly are like, oh shit, and they go over there to get him out.
And then they just see blood like flowing out of the water. They're like, oh god, he's died. And then he rises up and he's got a salmon ripped in half in each hand.
He rises up out of the water, and it's like a holy image.
I am Jesus. Meanwhile, the demon we saw on the shore is just an old guy fishing, and who's witnessing all this from like 50 yards away, and he's just like, "What the fuck is going on?"
He's over there, and he's like, "Die, demon!" And he's like swinging his paddle at him.
This guy who's got a ripped apart fish in his hands, pasties on his tits, shirtless. Fucking middle of the day. Die, David! Die!
And he chases this man into the forest, and then it becomes a survival horror film where we completely switch perspectives onto this fisherman, who is now being stalked through the forest by this
beast man.
Yeah. And like his friends are trying to subdue him,
right,
or like restrain him at least, and he ends up murdering both of them.
Oh God!
And so this fisherman
just send this guy on like a terror.
Yeah, and so this fisherman witnesses the murder of both of these people as they're trying to subdue
their friend.
Subdue their friend. And then this guy is just hunted, and so it goes from the day through the course of the night.
Yeah,
and like we end in the morning, like dawn, as dawn is breaking.
The trip. So, does he come down from this trip by dawn?
He starts to come down, yes.
Okay.
And then
so what's the
by
ending?
This point, standing within the beam of light shining through
the canopy of the trees,
the tree branches above.
Right.
He is gunned down.
So he's coming out of this trip
by the
and he
park
realizes
rangers.
he realizes that he's got blood all over him.
Yeah. He's got
there's just dead friends around him.
He's got like the severed head of one of his buddies on a stick.
He looks up. He looks up at the sky and sees this beam of light from the heavens just shining down.
Oh God, what have I done?
You know, like, and then he hears, my son. But it's really like one of like the rangers in the background trying to tell him to get down. You know,
drop the weapon. He's like holding a spear he's whittled out of the branch or something.
And then he gets shot.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm all for that. Does the innocent hunter guy survive all this?
Yeah.
So he gets away.
He's just like hiding in a bush the whole time. So he doesn't really do that much.
So then there has to be like a blackout after that gunshot, and our guy falls to the ground.
Yeah, and then our fisherman returns to his post where he has his pole.
Oh, okay.
And he has like the biggest catch of the day.
He's like, "Whoa, this is a good trip." And then jaunty banjo music plays as the credits roll, and we're just like, "What the fuck? That was a cataclysmic cataclysm." Yeah, that's a good. And then post credits, the old man shows up at home and is like, "Honey, I had the best weekend imaginable."
And he lifts up, he like opens the cooler, and it's a fucking demon. The fish is a demon.
Oh God! And then that's
like,
it.
The one that he like ripped apart wasn't the demon, but there is actually a demon fish in the pond or in the stream.
Nice.
And so yeah.
So there was some truth about this mushroom trip that he went on. I like this. I want to see that version. I don't think that is the version that we just talked about, but I want that version for sure. Oh my God.
I do too.
What was that called again? Holy shit. Just one bad trip. That's what the working title was one bad trip.
Yeah, just one bad trip.
Yeah, that's all it was. Which is a much better title than
the Catechism.
Cataclysm. God, so stupid.
I really was afraid that I was going to mess that title up at least once. I'm really proud of myself for not messing it up
40 times. So.
Yeah, enough for both of us.
Yeah,
I think so.
Fucking hat trick though. Look at that.